and at that point, right, like it's, playing there is a dream. Like it's, I'm not, I'm not anything. And, so it's just like that place is like, it's, I mean, at 6 o'clock in the morning, dew, sun, peeking up. And I mean, quiet. Like it's like, that's, that's where I bonded with that stadium, and made that place home. But a great story. And so I can fall asleep like that. Like I have no problem falling asleep. And apparently I can fall asleep on a lawnmower. And so along the edges, there's these big pads that protect the cement walls of Kinnick Stadium. Kinnick, if you don't know, very tight quarters. Like the sideline, there's like no room. I mean, this stadium is 1920, whatever it was built. I mean, just legendary stadium. And if you're a fan of football, go watch a game at Kinnick. It's special. And so I'm mowing along the edge, and it's the same thing. It's like, gosh, I'm gonna weed eat in 10 minutes. So like, but like, do I really need to get that close? But when you're 18 years old, you don't think that stuff. I can get closer. And so I'm going along, and watching the edge, and I kid you not, I doze off, and I put a rip in the mat about a foot long, and it's right by the door when you come down. It's right by the tunnel. I'm like, oh crap. And so I got a little scared, and I look across, and it has a 1 on it because it's for the 10-yard line. I look way across 110 yards, kitty corner. I grabbed this thing. I mean, it weighed, I don't know how much it weighed, but I carried this thing all the way across the field, switched it out. And it bought me about 2 weeks before Larry found it. And Larry wasn't very happy. He's like, what are you doing? And so, but no, it was a phenomenal job. And it was a working job. That's kind of what I appreciate. But yeah, a lot of great people at that university, man.
I think you said it was 8 feet long and weighed 150 pounds, and you had to drag it across the entire field. So you're taking breaks to kind of catch your breath.
Dude, and you just know it's like, gosh, he's coming. And so you just feel like it's like you against time. And granted, like, yes, I know people are out there like, well, that sounds foolish. Why don't you just tell them? I'm like, yeah, could have. But I was kind of in the world of like, I can't make mistakes. So, I can't get my, I was like, oh, shoot. Do I get fired for this? Like what, paycheck, what does this work? And, how does this work? And so, but that thing it was like carrying a dead body. Not that I know that, but it was just like, I mean, this thing was so heavy, so awkward. And oh my God, your heart's just racing. It was entertaining.
I love how you put it. You said, quote, I was like a mouse when you lift a bale of hay and the mouse says, oh, the whole world can see me. I'm carrying this across Kinnick Stadium at 6 a.m. But in my head, I feel like there's 71,000 there. I'm just panting nervously. You're scurrying across like you're trying to find another bale to hide under. I needed that job. Oh man. Awesome. So just getting by, hoping maybe, possibly, potentially you get a special team snap, right? Like just dying for an opportunity at this point.
I mean, it's and obviously everyone's a lot of familiar with Rudy, and like I mean, you could just show me that last 10 minutes of him getting that snap, and then they snap to the family, and they and we all have those dynamics, right? Like you have that brother that thinks he's wasting, and I'm not comparing these, but like it's just in general. I guarantee you, there's people out there that thought, you're walking on Iowa, yeah, good luck, kid. You have that person that, hey, you got this, and maybe deep down inside they're like, no, you don't, but how good it felt to hear that, or that person that, oh, anyone can do it, name it, they're out there. And I guarantee you they're even more out there these days, because our attitudes towards things that are good, it just feels like there's just a mob of people that just want to tear down good. And so all those people out there that are fighting for something good, freaking don't listen to it. Keep fighting, keep chasing your dreams, and keep getting after it. And that's what it was. And so like when they show in the movie Rudy getting that 1-2 snaps, and and like, I mean, that's all I wanted. Like that's all I wanted. Like that's what I was doing it for. Like that's like I can relate with that. Like that was the goal. That was the 5-year plan, was to just to get on the field and to be able to look around and say I freaking did it, right? And yeah, and so I got a little more than I expected.
I mean,